Hello guys. So I'm just gonna go through basic PvP stuff right now. This game has I record this a lot of times, so my recording software isn't working, so this was really annoying. I'm gonna be honest. This is my fifth time recording this. It took like 20 minutes. All right, so I hope this works this time. Let me see if this thing is working. Okay, the screen recorder is on. Okay, so it is working, I hope. All right, so a couple things, right? So I want you guys to all really work on the reload technique, right? So you shoot, reload, move straight to the side, right? Left or right. So, and I want you to do it with a flick technique. So don't like slowly move to the right or slowly move to the left. Do it like quick, like where it's like so you go, you know, or like so. I'll show you when I could reload. Hold on a sec. I can't reload that time. So this game has like a few basic components that you want to master really well. You know, the most basic would be aiming, moving in ways that are hard for people to shoot you, evasiveness, aiming while moving, the reload technique. All these things, you want these type of things to be, also being aware of when the opponent reloads and when they're low on ammo, so you can go in and take advantage of that and shoot them at that time. Being able to take cover, these basic aspects, you want to kind of like break down the basic aspects and then work on them separately one by one. And then in a actual combat situation, a lot of times this stuff will come out naturally. Let's see. Okay. Some practice methods, you know, you want to, so you want to practice the basic components, and then you could do them on your own. You could like for instance, I'm here alone, right? So I'm going to practice the shoot and then reload technique. So I shoot, then reload, then turn. Shoot, reload, then turn. You move a little bit faster and it throws off the aim of your opponent when you do that. So, and do it with a flick motion. Don't do it slow. Don't do this and like that, you know? You want to do it like this. And practice it right and left. It requires some speed, but you'll get it if you practice it. You know, and ideally you want to do that and then get behind something like. And also practice aim. So for instance, I'm here, right? I'm going to try to practice aiming at that little thing right there. So, and while moving. Then when I have to reload, I spin. So that. Stuff like that, and also definitely practice doing it with this thing, and then reloading like that as well. So I want you guys to practice that, and also practice on when you come out, be pre-firing. Shoot a little bit before you come out, you know, and then right when you right when you need to want to take cover, you do that. You press the reload button, then you move. So let's say I'm going to be shooting at that thing, right? So I'm going to pre-fire a little bit before. That was bad. I'm sorry. I'm not good at these. I'm still kind of new to manual, right? So you kind of want to predict where it's going to be. Practice stuff like that. And you want to make it so it's natural in a combat situation. Practice the flick technique. Practice moving in ways that are kind of like unpredictable and difficult. Practice using objects, you know, moving behind things and coming out. There's one technique that Kureishi actually does that is really cool that I'm going to show you guys. So, for instance, something that Croatia does, right? Let's say there's an opponent right there. He shoots, then he almost like pretends he's trying to hide, and then he comes right back out. And he's trying to like reload, but he comes right back. So he goes like this. Oh, I can't do it that well. To be honest, I'm not good at that. I have to like change my settings. Hold on one sec. So I keep mine a little bit lower. Now it's funny because like thinking of the reload technique, I'd feel like it's more ideal to keep it like that, right? So because you can shoot and then reload, then quickly move like to the side. It's more like sorry, I'm getting carried away here. Sorry. This is not good. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Okay, so when you get the basic elements of playing handled, then, and by the way, you can change the size of these things. You know, you hold both sides and you could either move them out or in. Okay, so when you guys, right when you master the basic skills, the next level of playing is like using good teamwork and like using each other as like tools almost. You know, like you guys want to like working in an intelligent way together. You know, don't play like you're playing alone. You want to use your teammates as tools. You want them to use you as a tool, and that's going to help you guys out a lot in your playing. The main goal is to win the match. You know, it's not to win the duel. It's not to win the get the most kills, at least deaths. It's mostly about winning the match, right? I do think in CTF, survival is more like very important. You want to survive because when you could be the person who saves the game. You could be the person who like survives, hides in the balcony. They're coming back with the flag. Then you pop down and you take them out from the back. You could be that person, but if you die, you can't do that. So, that's something I highly suggest. So let me see. There's another really cool strategy that I use with the med kit that I seen one MA do this, and I've been using it. And it's really cool. So basically, let's say the opponents are down this way, right? Like let's say you're out here, you shoot at them. They shoot you a bit low on health. Go behind this, and then without them seeing, you plant the med kit. So they're gonna come out. And they're going to come and try to, they're not aware of you having a med kit. So they're going to be trying to shoot at you. And also when you're reloading on a med kit, do it like that. Be really hard to shoot when you reload on a med kit. You know, you can. Kind of like that. When you're further away, a lot of times body shots can be better. They connect more. Also when they're camping at your base, a lot of times it's better to not fight them at your base because they probably have med kits and things planted there. A lot of times it could be better to get to their base and take the flag and then hide in the balcony, you know, and wait for your teammates to come. But, you know, be in a defensive position so you can survive while you're on the balcony, right? So the way to do that is this, right? So let's say you go up the balcony. You kind of like, okay, let's say this is let's say I go up the gravity lift, right? I'm up the gravity lift and I'm looking down. I'm at the left side of the balcony, looking down at the edge. Here's the gravity lift right here. I'm like furthest on the back like that and I'm looking down, right? When they go up the gravity lift, their back is going to be turned towards you most of the time. So they go up the gravity lift. their back is turned, so you shoot at them. If they put on the deflector skin, you just jump down. You jump off the edge, and then you go. Then when they jump down, you go back up, and you can kind of play with it like that and survive for a long time. They go down, you come back up. Then you could even put on a med kit and then use your supercharger if you have it, and then take them out like that. But it's a really good strategy because you could start shooting at them most of the time before they can start shooting at you. So you have that advantage. Let's see. You could also do that and then kind of like trick them out and then run back to your base through the center. That I've actually done that before, and it's more likely than you'd think, because they don't know where you are, what you're doing. But basically, you want to just like survive when you have the flag the best you can. And also, when you're doing this, you also still want to move side to side. I'll show you something cool, all right? When you're running, you see how your gun is pointed down? It's not like pointed at the aimer. It actually takes time for it to move and start shooting. So a lot of times what's better is to, when you're just standing here, the shooting is immediate. So bam, 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 as opposed to when I'm running, bam, 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 bam. So I'm pressing it, bam, bam, bam. Okay, I'm syncing with the actual shots. I'm sorry. But basically, it takes time for the gun to like move up and point. So a lot of times it's better to like move sideways and like... So practice that. You know, and also one other thing, like I do this kind of in the heat of the moment, so it's not something I'm so used to doing consciously. But you shoot while moving side to side. You know, keep it at head level so you're getting the headshots, and then right when you could actually use that reload technique to really disorient the opponent. So you could like shoot a little bit, then do that, then come out and shoot again, and like do things that are like. Be patient. Don't just jump head first most of the time. You want to like take little damage and then do a lot of damage. But you want to do it most of the time over time. With good players, you want to be patient. You want to be careful. And that's the way to win against good players. And I think it's the same in like PvP situations. But you want to also use your teammates really well in PvP team situations. You definitely want to be aware of each other. Be very cognizant of the times you could do counterattacks. So like people go in the front, you come from behind. What else? Yeah, and I'd also say like, I don't know if I said this already. I said this 6 times now. It's my 6th time, but I don't know if I said it in this video. Aim sensitivity and sprint sensitivity, I keep it at max. I keep the vibration on because I like being able to feel, but a lot of people keep it off because it like affects their aim or something. Graphics detail I keep low. It functions better with low graphics. And then FPS 60. The gameplay is much smoother with 60 FPS than it is with 30. So there's one other thing I was going to say that I thought was good. So I made another video. The first one I made, there's another one I made earlier. It has other aspects in it. This one is mostly, I'm basically saying, like work on the basic components until they become natural and very precise and very good. So it's like, so it becomes second nature to you and you're extremely good at the basic things. And what else? See what I wrote here. Yeah, I talked about. I don't know if I talked about it, but growth mindset. Definitely, if you play poorly, definitely ask yourself what happened, learn from your mistakes, and improve for the next time. And And also with AR gloves, I noticed that the gloves are like there's a bunch of random gloves. I would say accuracy with the Faraday is so important. Like if you look at the actual bullets, they kind of are all over the place, right? They're not very accurate. In a very accurate Faraday is extremely good. Neurocan, for instance, has a very accurate Faraday. He's just like 14% accuracy boost. And he has, I think he has gloves that also increase it. I'm not sure. But accuracy is very important. So if you get gloves that have high accuracy over high damage, I don't know. I would choose the gloves, I think, with the high accuracy. Aoni, for instance, who is an amazing player, those are the gloves he uses. He doesn't have any damage on his gloves. It's just high accuracy. If you get both, that's a huge plus. Let's see. Yeah, when you're low on health, remember your crit damage increases, right? So like when you go under 60% health, your crit damage increases by 30%. It's another factor. Yeah, basically what I'm saying is there are the basic combat skills are the things you really want to work on, where you're really fluid, you're very precise, you're clever, you're smart. You practice that. You could practice that, and definitely always have the bigger context of the match in mind. When you're doing CTF, it's mostly about the flags. Pretty much the thing that wins the tournament. There's going to be a tournament, right? The thing that's going to win the tournament is winning the CTF match, basically. So you want to be very good at, when they have the flag and they're running back. A lot of times, I'll tell you something. Most of the time, when they're running back with the flag, the people that I've played with, my teammates, vast majority of the time, they're too slow. They underestimate they overestimate the time it actually would take for them to come back to their base. They usually get back to their base a lot faster than people realize. So it is definitely important to be quick. When they have the flag, be quick. There's several things you could do when they have the flag. You can, let's say you're at their base, they have the flag. You could take their flag and then hide in the balcony. Or you could, for instance, hide in the balcony, then unexpectedly, look on both sides. You kind of figure out which way they're coming from. And then when you figure out which way they're coming from, you kind of swoop down in the nick of time and then get them in the back and then return the flag. I've done that a lot. And I think it surprises people a lot when I do that. So I highly suggest to do that. Let's see. Yes, using the balcony is very important. I hope you guys work on these separate components. The reload, the accuracy, the movement. Wow, I'm doing this so wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it well. You want to keep your playing at a really high standard. So don't allow yourself to play poorly. You want to be hold up. See that thing? I'm gonna. Let's say I'm going to be working on shooting that gray thing, right? That's a big target, but I don't have an aimer. And also doing it with objects, so. And then also being, Also, practicing keeping your aim at like head level all the time. What else? All right, so those things, when you have okay. So I think I said everything that I was going to say. I'll play a CTF match and like share different things in the CTF match that I think could be helpful. This stuff, by the way, this is a little bit more advanced what I'm talking about than what I was saying before, I think. So it's a little bit harder for me to explain. So if you guys are kind of like lost, I'm sorry. All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's see.